Welcome to the One Up Podcast. I am your host, El Caballo, a.k.a. Tony, here with some of my nearest and dearest, and we got a special guest in the building.
Hey,
Luca,
how's it going, guys?
What's up?
We got Doe in the building.
What's going on?
We got Mateo in the building.
Yo.
We got my dog Pucho in the building.
What's going on, my brother?
And got a very special guest in the building. We got my dog King Felix in the building.
What's going on, brothers? What's going on?
What's going on?
Not much.
Happy to have you here.
Yeah, finally, right?
I know. 40-something episodes in, right?
Y'all niggas is 47.
Shame.
Although you were the producer / seducer for some of those, so let's not put you out of those. You were in some of those spots.
Just one. I was in the background chilling, catching a beer and stuff.
Yeah. There's a slight camera tilt to show my little dangling feet. I was Felix in the background working the camera jig, all right?
That was an assist.
Nah, it definitely was. That was a good episode too.
It was.
Oh, no, that was
100%.
a fun little weekend.
That was a great weekend, yeah.
For a fact.
Some barbecue, some Flanagans.
Yeah.
Just chilling.
Those egg sandwiches.
You're not for nothing. Oh, El Caballo over here paid for dessert for my son. That was a good night. You paid for the ice cream that night, the little chocolate fudge ice cream with Kit Kats.
Yeah, yeah. I forgot about that. You owe me a dessert, nigga.
No,
Thank you
I
for
don't.
bringing that up.
You let my son sucker you into that.
He's your son, though. You got
That's
to
a
pay for
fact.
your kid's debt till they're 18.
Hey.
He's got a debt to pay.
He'll work it out. He'll go get a job and pay you down the road.
Damn. That's it. You put it on the work already? That's crazy. Well, real quick, if it's your first time coming through, listening to the podcast, here at One Up, we got loud kids, alcoholic drinks, adults getting angry. But don't forget to hit that subscribe button on our YouTube page. Like, follow, share with your familia, your ex-girlfriend, your new boyfriend, your future wife, whoever. Just follow that button. Hit it, like it, notification bell, and everything amongst that. But want to get into our guest, King Felix. He also has a podcast, Not Your Average Otaku podcast.
Good job.
Yeah, your boy got it. Hey,
like
claps for your boy around here. So, Felix, you want to tell our guests and the viewers and listeners like a little bit about your podcast?
Yeah. But before we start, I want to line up a shot.
Damn. I had a feeling that was coming. I'm already prepped.
That's what I'm talking about.
Uh-oh.
I am also
shit.
lined up straight from the Botea.
You should give Luca a shot of milk. You know
Yeah,
what
they
I'm
got a
saying?
shot of a sleep, man. This nigga going crazy.
A shot of asleep.
Wow.
Damn. You gotta get us pulled from YouTube, threatening babies.
I know, man. Give you a shot of sleep if you don't be quiet.
Get a warm glass of shut the fuck up.
A shot of asleep. How did that even come out of your mouth?
I don't know. It just came to me.
Give me
Man,
50
this man
feet, 50
is weird.
cc's of a sleep now. Stat.
All right. Well, salute.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Salute.
Cheers.
Was that Michael Jackson? Oh, no, Cobra Kai. Thought that was Michael
Hey,
Jackson.
that's a dope shot glass, by the way.
But who is that? Is that Daniel's son?
No, that's Will Smith's son.
Shit, man. I don't know which one of them that is, honestly.
That's Will Smith's son.
That look like Daniel's son.
It might be, honestly.
I mean, it's Cobra Kai.
Over here talking shit. That's Will Smith's son because Pucho said he hated Will Smith's son on the thing.
No, I don't hate him. I actually think that movie is pretty decent.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It is not the worst Karate Kid movie. The worst is Karate Kid 3.
Is that the Hillary Swank one?
Really?
No. That's Karate Kid 4. Karate Kid 3 is when Daniel's son joins Cobra Kai.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because number 2, he goes to Japan.
He goes to Japan. He battles to the death, and I forget the name.
Yeah,
of
that
the
was an
fight.
epic battle.
Yeah, that one was cool, but it was also not very good.
I don't know.
I
But
think the Hillary Swank one is better than 2 and 3.
Hillary Swank was pretty dope.
I
didn't
still
like
don't
it.
understand. I still don't understand the lesson with the drum. I don't understand what the drum defense actually is, other than just dodging, which isn't that the defense in general. There's some things that I don't understand with Karate Kid.
There's some questions that need some answering, right?
100%.
Focus. I think it's the focus. It's just like
That's what it
like
is.
he got to
It's
walk
like,
to his own beat. You know what I'm saying? Just like don't get,
like the
get
drum,
everything zone out of all
the
that
drum
bullshit.
sync with the heart. The drum sync with the heart, and it just like then you get in your zone. Then you get like real tunnel vision, and then karate kick the shit out of someone real quick.
He goes KO Ken times 10 and just karate kicks the shit out of somebody.
Oh man,
So, Felix, before you cut yourself off,
yeah, go
tell us a
ahead.
little bit about your own podcast, man, and about your co-host as well.
It's basically something I came up with a little bit before COVID. Something I was just thinking about, just dads and generals and us being nerds and but really more get into how it is to be like a parent and at the same time have like these crazy nerdy hobbies and then introducing, like the kids to it if they, but my son definitely he's all in it. So he's all into the anime and the video games and the toys and so it's a little bit of just being a parent and also talking about the things that we like. I call it I got I got the bros that that I'm cool with that I grew up with throughout the years. We have Paz, All Hail, and Rude. Each one of them having certain amount of kids, more than me, I tell you that. So, and you get to hear a little bit of this story. When it comes to me, I'm a little more personal in the podcast. I like to dive deep. I call it them. That's what she said, right? But I like.
Shots to
The
that.
seducer, he's at it again.
I could have it.
He can't control himself.
But no, but I like to dive deep into like experiences that I've gone through and just talk about it because I know I'm not the only one, and then whoever listens could appreciate it and probably help them in ways.
All right, that's fire. It's like, do you guys have certain days that you air? Like, where is it? Where people can see that? YouTube, Facebook, like.
They could definitely go on YouTube, Not Your Average Otaku's podcast. There's never really no set dates. This year being our first year and everybody's just going through a lot, it's been like real rocky. But when we do drop, we promote it on IG, which is also NYAO podcast. And then you can also find it a lot of my page, which is nyao.kingfelix, and the E's are 3. I call it on, but when we do drop, you'll definitely know because I go crazy on putting a lot of pictures and videos up there.
We'll definitely
We'll drop in the description below.
Yeah. Put it
And we'll
put it
link
up
to
here
one of your
somewhere.
episodes in our after credit cards.
Yeah.
And people, this is a good reason to ring that bell on his channel so you get those notifications too.
Facts.
Definitely.
That bell, you already know. Go over every damn day. Ring a ding ding. That bell. Y'all already know.
Fucked it up. It was ring-a-ling, the ding-a-ling. That's what you said the other
I
time.
change it up. I change it up almost every week though. I keep it fresh. But I do want to ask you, where did you get the name from? Otaku. Like
Otakus
what-
is just like it's funny because it's almost like a diss to like people, you know what I mean, in a sense, but it's very just like nerdy. It's more like an American thing that's made up, but it's very just someone that's just very nerdy and into like manga and comic books and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Anime. So not your average is the fact that a lot of people when they think of nerds or whatever, they think of what I'm saying, or what they used to think of just like the real geeky and just glasses and kind of just short or scrawny or something. And we're far from that. I mean, really far from it. So and we ain't normal. And that's what Not Your Average comes from.
It's fire. For a lot of the listeners out there and the viewers, when I hear Not Your Average Otaku podcast, I thought it was like an anime show at first, right? So then I was just like, okay, like I never really asked you too, like until now, literally, where'd you get the name and how'd you come up with it? But
Paz came up with Not Your Average.
Pats came up with Not Your Average.
Yeah, I was just talking. I was like, yo, it's gonna be something, but Otakus is gonna be in it. And the past was just like, not your average. And I was like, ding, it works. And that's it. There goes the name.
That's
Like,
what's up.
it was like a 5-minute conversation.
Damn, that's fire. It's better than
And
that.
I like the name because like otakus, right? Like an otaku's like not necessarily a nerd or a geek about one particular thing. It's
Yeah.
like they're the people that are like super into like the TV shows, super into the comic books, into the manga, into the animes, the cartoons, like even music and things like that. It just means like you're into the deep shit about the subjects. You know what I'm saying?
You're extremely into it. Like you're passionate about it. So and I love that.
Right. And so I personally I like the name because it fits with the subject matter. There's a lot of anime talk, a lot of cartoon, a lot of comic book, music. All the nerdy shit, the Demon Slayers.
Definitely the video game music. Video game music is a must.
Yeah. I think it fits good.
I like the mental health check-ins you do too. Honestly, I think the subtopic that you have like mental health on your podcast. I think that's pretty damn cool.
About that, I got to do that with you guys, and I'm gonna start with El Caballo. I need a mental, I need a physical, and I need a spiritual check, 1 through 10. Don't look at me crazy. Answer, and you got to answer it. Thank you.
1 through 10, like on
10.
what? On
one
spirit?
being the worst, 10 being very great.
I'm an 11.
Once again, 1 through 10. Don't
Right.
be
And
that
there's
one.
there's three.
I'm a 10.
You a
right
10
now.
where physically?
Mentally, phically, spiritually, I'm a 10.
I like that. See, that's great. Go ahead, Mateo.
We need we're doing what? We're doing what are we doing first here?
You do
we're
mental,
just
you
in
do it. It can
intros,
be
but
physical,
this is
spiritual,
touching on
mental. It's up
a
to you.
later talk. So.
Yeah, this is a later talk. You're just checking your mental right now.
Mental. Let's say it's an 8. I found some of that Christmas spirit. We're gonna say an 8.
I like that. Physical?
Physical, we'll go with an 8 too, man. I got all 5 of my workouts in this week, so we're doing good.
So that's a good week. And how about spiritual?
Spiritual, we're gonna go with I got tiger spirit right now.
So you tight like a tiger. So you're a what?
My man's been drinking some of the Tiger Bomb, huh? How about you, Pooch?
Mentally, I'm like at a 6.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm thinking things. I'm trying to work through some feelings, things like that. So I'm I got my own shit. Physically, I'm like a 3. Okay.
I like how we laughed.
I'm being serious. A couple weeks ago, I said, look, I'm telling everybody, I'm committed to trying to lose weight. All right. So I'm down 10 pounds since then. That's dope. But I got a long way to go. All right. Working on it. But, so 3 is, I'm not so hot right now. So, and then
Hey, 10 pounds is better than 0.
Yeah, that's a fact.
100%.
And spiritually, I'm a 10. All right. I feel great. My head is, I'm fine in the spiritual department. So.
What's up with you, though, boy? Talk to me.
I'm good. I'm good. Mentally, I give myself like a 7. Physically, I would say like a 6.5. And spiritually, I give myself like a 9. Feeling very spiritual.
Is it the medication kicking in?
It's a possibility.
That whiskey finally to simmer in the body.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, sir? What are you at, Felix?
I'm always at an all-time high.
Damn.
All-time high.
Always. I would never. Compared to the past years, my mental state is lovely. I call it physically, I'm better than I've been in the past 5 years. I'm like at 226, 224 now. I was close to 240 about five months ago. So that's with the job and the eating. And spiritually, like I said, I'm up high always. I can't complain. I mean, I'm alive and I'm in a better situation and place that I haven't been in years. So I'm always gonna give you guys and everyone I'm always gonna be up good. I'm gonna see the positive side before I deal with the negative.
Amen to
Yeah, I
that.
already know I'm a negative Nancy, so
Could you could you say that you were in a cocoon and then you broke out and you became a beautiful butterfly?
Facts.
I think a more appropriate analogy would be he was in the hyperbolic time chamber, right? Spent some time in there, came out ascended, all right?
Came out of Super Saiyan.
Yeah. My favorite part about this though is how Tony gave himself all 10.
I already knew niggas was coming from me. I felt the Jacobian energy from here.
Yo, funny.
Yo, he came in saying he's feeling attacked, so his energy's gonna be Black Force for real.
What were you saying, Doug?
I was at the bar the other night. And there was some Jacobian energy at the other end of the bar. So I told my friend that I was sitting with. And, she immediately knew what the fuck I was talking about. I'm like, oh, you know about the Yakub. She's like, nigga, you better get the fuck out of here with that shit.
That's a fact. That shit's a red flag, dude. Those Yakub dudes, they're considered a fucking hate group, okay? Like,
you guys want to explain
it? About this shit, but, huh?
You guys want to explain it to the guests that might not know?
There's a certain religion. They're kind of like black extremist group. They believe that white people were invented by some black scientist named Yakub 6.6 thousand years ago. And so the white race is a fabricate. They're not even like real people. And so then, sometimes they'll drop like, I think they kind of hate on Yakub a little bit because they're like, he invented the white man. You know what I'm saying? So they'll be like, there's Yakubian energy or look at all these Yakubians, and they're talking about white people. And so though we're talking about that, so she had the correct reaction, okay?
Yeah, she had the correct. She looked at me. She's like, "You better get the fuck out of here."
That's a red flag.
The fact that she knows what it is automatic friendship right there. Like with anybody, you go to a bar.
I think it's the Black Hebrew Israelites, dude.
Yeah,
I think that's their thing, and they were all over New York City running around preaching and shit. So it's hard not to know about that shit.
They be making mentally ill white people kiss their feet because I'm like, yo, why are you doing this?
What?
Yeah, it'd be weird. Some weird shit be going down. It'd be in like they be in Union Square talking, and then you find weirdos in New York that are just gonna ascribe to this and kiss my feet, white man. Okay.
What the
so weird.
fuck?
White guilt is real. There are white people that feel more pain at hearing like the N-word than black people. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they need to fight harder and all that stuff. And then there's all this white guilt, they feel like they're responsible for like what happened in the past. Like slavery and Jim Crow and things like that. I have a hard time like understanding that point of view, but I mean, to each his own, I guess.
For real, that's weird. Never heard of that.
Yeah, I don't think you have to take it personally to try to fix the systemic racism that still exists in this country. I don't think you need to take it as like a personal, like you need to apologize to every black person you see or anything. Just help us in the fight, man. That's all we need.
Facts.
You know, break some of these old power structures down.
Absolutely.
You want to break it down, you got to start in the government. You got to break all that shit down quick.
It starts in the voting. You just got to vote.
Nah, I'm not trying to go politically. I'm trying to say that we need a war.
Revolt.
I want full on Jacobian energy towards the government's bullshit.
So you're one of those abolish the police and replace them with local militia dudes.
Nah, I don't want no fucking community. We talked about it on the last one. I don't want none of that shit. That's that real Jacobian.
I think that's what happens when a bunch of dudes with guns overrun the government. I think you end up with some local rules for a while. You know.
I think it is such a weird power fantasy that thinking that you're going to take on the U.S. government and win in any way, shape, or form with your AR-15. I don't think that that's going to beat a Tomahawk missile, but I'm sorry.
I think people just watching too much TV shows and just getting lost in it because it's like, you need to relax.
All it takes is one person to start a revolution, my G.
Yeah, and then you get drone striked. Like, you gotta, like
That's
drop a
fine.
bomb
I'll
on
die
you
for a
from
cause than not die for anything.
Oh, come on now. What are you?
Tony thinks he's fucking Jack Bauer.
You're part of a sleeper cell.
one
Like,
man.
Sleeper cell.
How does Tony want to do both sides? He wants to take down the government, but he also wants to work for the government, just killing whoever they wanted.
Well, my own
CIA.
government. I'm with the your word. It was the CIA, right?
a CIA hitman.
A contract killer for the government.
Yeah,
That was a young Tony's dream job.
Y'all crazy. Oh, y'all want. That shit's real. That shit's to this day, niggas is getting blacklisted out here.
Nobody's saying that is not real. We're just saying that you're just crazy for your dream job.
No, that was when I was like 10 or 8 years old, my G. And I blame that on Hitman, honestly. That's why I blame
now
that
you
shit
want to
on.
blame it on a video game? Oh my God.
Yeah, calm down, Jack Thompson.
Man, whatever. You guys are haters. But where were we going? We went on a huge tangent again. See, it's normal shit here at the fucking one up.
I think we're about ready for you to take us into our first topic, Tony.
Yeah,
That's
go
a
right
fact.
ahead.
Well, going off of Not Your Average Otaku podcast.
Otaku's podcast.
Otaku.
I'm giving you that.
Look how
that.
we just lays his head. Go ahead.
What's your guys' favorite anime? What do you guys, grew up watching? What, which one do you like, or are you still watching now to this day? You know what I mean? We'll start off with Felix. You're our guest, so we'll let you run off first.
I mean, I'll do like anybody else watching Dragon Ball, then Dragon Ball Z, which I don't like Dragon Ball now. I just didn't like how they went with the Super Dragon Ball thing. I mean, the tournament was cool, but as I got into it more, I grew into to liking different genres besides the whole fighting aspect. I like the sports anime. I like the slice of life anime. If I had to pick an anime that I could watch, this is gonna be so Dominican. It'll be Ace of Diamonds.
Oh wow,
It's a baseball anime, and it's really good. It's
I haven't watched it yet, so I know. You put it back in my.
It is really, really good. It's amazing. That one, and there's another one. There's a I think it's Kids in the Slope. It's like a very it's a slice of life anime, and it's back like in, I want to say 1970s, 1960s. If I remember, it's been a while. And it's just a bunch of kids that are just create a little jazz band, but how they grew together and how you grow apart. Life happens. You start in high school and then you guys just grow up and grow apart. But it's such a great story, and I got hooked into that. I think it was like 12, 13 episodes. I saw that in one night. I binged the hell out of it.
You said it's
What?
It takes place in the 70s, or it's from the 70s?
No, I think it takes place like in the
Okay,
70s.
okay.
I think like 16 to 70s, if I'm correct. I can't remember the year, but I like the aspect of, like I said, being kids in high schools and you having these dreams, and it just don't go that way. But you guys grow up and you get to see where everybody went.
Just sounds like life
and
for
how
real.
much people change, so it's pretty good. But yeah, if you want to ask me what right now, what I would watch again, or what I still watching was the favorite, Ace of Diamonds, for a fact. Very Dominican, by the way.
Man, I've heard some of those sports animes are amazing, dude.
Oh, there's a volleyball anime that's crazy. Prince of Tennis is nuts. I know Pucho could tell you about that. So
Princeton is cool. I mean, my anime that I think I was gonna say, I'm torn between two kind of slice of life, but they're kind of, well, one of them is clearly a shonen, but it's either Slam Dunk or Beck. But they're
Beck.
awesome. Slam Dunk's another sports anime, and Beck is actually, it sounds similar to Kids on the Slope. It's basically like a kid joins a band and they're just going through the hardships of like,
and it's a rock and roll band. It's pretty cool. He put me on that. I went nuts on that one as well. I ran through that real quick.
What about you, Mateo? What anime did you like or growing up?
I'm gonna mix this up a little bit. I'm gonna describe the kinds of animes that I like, and I want you all to try to guess which ones they are, because I think they're gonna be easy to guess. So my top ones there's always like a mystery, like the character's background is kind of a mystery or something. There's usually lots of combat in them. Most of them have really solid soundtracks, but they're not typical anime soundtracks.
Well, all right, I know one clearly. Well, I mean, it sounds like you're describing Cowboy Bebop.
100% Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy
Spike
Bebop
is mysterious. There's combat, and the soundtrack is jazzy, funky.
Cowboy Bebop is amazing.
Samurai Champloo is another one.
Samurai Champloo.
Afro Samurai.
Oh, that's fire.
And Eden of the East. I mentioned that one before. It's got kind of the little bit of the mystery, like what the fuck is actually going on with all these people that they gave this large amount of money to and told them to change the world. Like those, I think those are my 4. I think those are the 4 that I could go back and watch anytime. Afro Samurai is amazing. The game was way better than it should have been.
Yo, the game was. I'm surprised how good that game was. Oh my god! Yeah. I still got that game. Like I did not let go of that one.
Damn,
it was hard. It was tough, man.
Definitely.
I think I played it on the max difficulty, and I was getting my ass kicked in some of those battles.
No, that's tough on the max difficulty. Oh, I would have threw the controller. By the way, most people would expect me to pick One Piece because I do have a tattoo of One Piece, but it's very, very typical of like, oh, that's a favorite anime. Like it's like a big 3. It's almost like asking me what's your favorite rapper, Biggie or Tupac, whatever, right? But the reason why I pick Ace of Diamonds is because it is very different and it is very home to me.
That's fair.
I've never actually crazy. Not to hit like a crazy tangent. First off, you need to give One Piece a chance because it's phenomenal. Okay?
One Piece is amazing.
But not to hit a crazy tangent. I've been reading One Piece for years. Okay, Felix put me on way back, and I've been reading it on and off. The arcs are always too long, so I end up getting like exhausted, and I'll stop reading One Piece for like a year. And then I binge it, and I'm like, why did I ever stop? This is amazing. And I kind of keep going through those cycles. So right now, I'm on a One Piece high right now, okay? And I just learned a number of things about a number of characters. I don't even know where the anime is. So it could be some spoilers. But Luffy is the realist, all right? Nobody can fuck with Luffy, all right? He's self-made, and nobody else in One Piece is self-made. That's all I got. Maybe Goldie Roger, okay? But...
Nah, Luffy's self-made.
Luffy is self-made, all right?
What about your boy?
Luffy came from the mud. Luffy came from the mud. You talking about Zoro?
No, not Zoro. Pucho's main dude, the one he said he liked the most. Usopp. Isn't he self-made too in a little bit?
I mean, like Luffy, I mean, sort of, but they're under Luffy's wing, so he's the realist. Like everybody who's gonna be around this guy is gonna become the truth.
So I'm Luffy for the 1-up. Niggas get.
I think your son said what? So,
I'm hype.
Anyway, I just want to say, because like where I got to in the comic book, everybody they started talking about like how everybody came up and what ships they came up under and all these different things, and I'm just like, oh shit! Like every other character that's major came up under the real dudes Goldie. From the past.
They came up with Godine though.
Right. So it's like oh okay, like Ace, like Fire Fist Ace, like he's the man. It's like yeah, but he grew up with the Whitebeard pirates and everybody grew up with somebody. It's like of course they're gonna gain experiences and all this shit. And it's like man, my dog Luffy out here fucking shit up, but he out here solo dolo. Like I don't know.
Luffy was motivated more of the big guys. And because he was a kid, so to able to come out and do what he does in the anime is like, yo, he's the man. And on top of that, the respect that he gets from the crew, like on the low, Luffy be stupid as hell sometimes.
Dumb as hell.
But when it comes down to the nitty and gritty, that's the one you want in the front lines, and everyone in his crew like knows it. Like they don't question it, nothing. They know when it's time to get it down. Yo, Luffy's gonna handle everyone.
Yeah, Luffy is the most loyal. Nobody's more loyal than Luffy. All right.
Does Luffy have like Dowsum powers? Does he like stretch or something?
Yeah, he has the stretch fruit. I think it's the stretch.
He has the gummy.
Yeah.
Get it right, man. My stretch.
I just got into the world of One Piece, man. Give me. I'm only 60 episodes.
Drop kick. That's what you.
Trigun. Trigun's another one that would definitely be on my list.
I forgot about Trigun. Trigun was fair as well.
Yeah, Doey put me on Trigun back, and Doey and Mike.
Nice.
I love Trigun.
So what about you, Doe? What's anime you like to?
Trigun was definitely gonna be one of my answers, but I like they had this Ghost in the Shell standalone complex around 2002. It's really good. It's such a fantastic
It's so good.
just like
cheers to that. Oh my God.
cheers, yeah.
And the soundtrack is fire.
Yes.
Oh
It's
my
a really good show and concept. I always said, if I could be a cyborg, I'd do it. Like, just start putting
You
shit.
just want a cyborg penis. You just want a
that's where I was
robot
going.
penis.
I was gonna say, what's the first part you're replacing?
I'm working my way down. All right, it's eventually
That
gonna
boy
get
want
there.
the
right?
tentacles, huh? That's
They just got shit just swinging around, man.
And we
shit.
need
Yeah.
we need Pass on here for the
Yo,
tentacle
him and
things.
Pass would be just, oh man.
I want to see that. Like,
I just like might leave in the middle of the podcast.
you know what I
Yo,
want?
Pass.
You know what I want? I want like a react video. Like I want Doey and Paz sitting next to each other. You could see their face, and they're just watching like tentacle porn or like redo of a healer or like there was one, yeah, like something like that. Like I want what's the old anime? There's this old anime that's like just straight up crazy.
La Blue Girl.
That's the one Pass was talking about,
La
right?
Blue Girl, yeah.
See how he knew? Yo, Tone, I told you earlier this nigga don't watch anime, and I tell you he
Nigga watches
watch
that porn, bro. That shit is
Yeah.
a beast.
Yo, nah, we definitely gonna set that up. Y'all niggas gonna have a reaction video.
Let's make it a little bit more wholesome. Anything by Studio Ghibli is allowed in my household.
That's
Yeah.
a fact. That is, in all fairness, those are my favorite animes ever. Like nothing comes close to the Studio Ghibli.
They're
movies.
so incredibly well done.
What was the one that which one they made? What is it? Was it 5? Was it 5 seconds per millimeter? Some shit like that. Damn, I
Oh
forgot the
no,
name,
that's
but-
not Ghibli, but that guy's number 2.
But what was it called? What was that one called again? I
5
know
centimeters per second.
There you go, 5 centimeters per second. That was really, really good.
Yeah, I forgot that guy's name. It's something. I don't know if that's Shinkai or I think it's Shinkai or Satoshi Kon. I don't know. There's a couple dudes out there. They're making fire ass movies too, right?
Yes, they are.
And
Cheers.
the 5 centimeters per second guy, he's made a couple other. I mean, probably most famously now is the one where they body swap. Like that's his movie too. I don't know if you guys. Oh my god, Her Name, Your Name.
I ain't watched that one.
Oh, you guys gotta watch it. It's an incredible fucking movie.
Okay.
Basically, these two characters, this boy and a girl, like they're like maybe 17, 18 years old. They like body swap occasionally. So this dude will wake up in her body and she'll wake up in his body, and they like live each other's days. And it's a pretty weird movie in terms of like what the main draw is, like what is the actual plot. But it gets really good. You get really invested in these characters, and this guy is a romance guy. So he really all his stuff is like romance stuff, and they're almost always heartbreaking.
That's a fact.
It's definitely worth the watch. The guy's great at what he does.
Does the Boondocks count as an anime?
Probably not.
Yeah.
It's a cartoon. It's like an American cartoon.
Yeah, I
right?
guess it's a cartoon, right?
I mean,
It's
I
got-
fuck with it.
It's got a lot of anime tropes though. Like there's over the top like action and fight scenes, and there's obviously a lot of love for anime made in that show at least.
Yeah,
Just-
and I like the faces, right? Like when crazy things happen, they put on, like, you know, in the Japanese cartoons and stuff, like people put on like a crazy face or whatever. Like their face completely changes to express their mood. That
Yeah,
doesn't really happen a lot in American cartoons,
there's
but it
always
does happen
reactions.
in the Boondocks.
Like for Doughboy, like if you know, if he sees a chick and he gets hard, Doughboy will bleed through his nose.
Master Roshi?
Nah, he's Sanji, for sure.
Oh yeah, he's
He's
definitely
100% Sanji. Oh my god.
And
That's
his
a good
weakness
one.
is women. Dude.
And and it doesn't matter with Sanji. You could be like a fox, you could be a fish, but if you're a woman, you got boobs and you look good, he goes crazy.
All he cares about is them titties. Like if them titties is fat, He's in a.
I love when he runs to Nami. Like Nami Schwan, and his eyes turn into hearts.
My fucking favorite is when he sees the fucking mermaid.
Oh,
And he just goes bonkers.
She's supposed to be the most beautiful. He turns and he sees her, and everybody expects him to like have a nosebleed and like pass out, and he doesn't even react. Everybody's looking around and they're like, "Yo, what the fuck? Like, is Sanji okay right now? This isn't normal." And he's just like, "No, I'm okay. And he just shoots off like a fucking rocket ship. Like it's just blood coming out of his nose.
Jesus.
And then when you see his body later, he looks like a fucking shiitake mushroom. Like he's shriveled up. They got to give this guy a blood transfusion. Like he almost fucking died.
He lost all his blood.
This shit is ridiculous.
The ultimate hardness.
That's crazy.
what about you, Pooch? What was we already did you, right?
It's
Yeah, I
you.
mean,
It's your
That
turn,
was
Tony.
me. I'm being so nice. You see, my spirit level is 11, though. I'm being so nice. See that, guys?
I'm so
Very
generous.
humble. Very, very, very humble.
Thank you.
That sounds
Someone
very
say he's
evil.
the most humble.
I think Tony said he's the most
It sounds
humble.
so creepy coming from him. Being very
Damn,
nice.
the
Is that
attack is
11?
yet here. But no. So yeah, my animes, and this is a quick story. I used to shit on people who watch animes too, growing up, like in
Gross.
middle school and shit. I'd be like, "Yo, who the fuck watches anime?" Until I realized Dragon Ball was an anime, and then I realized Gundam Wing, which I loved, was an anime. And I'm like, you know what? Anime dudes is my people. I fuck with anime because I watch these anime shows all day. I watch this. What?
I've never seen any Gundam Wing or any of the
man.
Gundam shit.
Shit was
Fuck, my dude. You would
fucking
love it.
fire. You would love that shit.
It's got combat, mysterious characters, and actually a lot of politics. Like,
I love Pujo's answers.
I mean, it's what he likes. He
I'm
wants
surprised.
mysterious
Gundam is-
characters in
Gundam-
action.
Yo, Gundam was pretty dope.
Nah, Gundam Wing was fire. I had like
it was one of
almost
those things at those times that it was just dope to see, like mech fighting in space and all that stuff. So it was awesome.
Yeah, no, I used to have all the toys. I used to collect them and had them just sitting there all, standing up and shit, looking real QG type shit. And then Lena played with one of them, lost the thing, and I just lost respect for all of my toys, and I just started playing with them as toys then. And then I was just like, whatever. But no, yeah, I wish I would have kept them, and bro, because them shits was fire, bro. Like, I don't know if y'all should really go back and give it a try. All these newer Gundam ones is whack though to me.
Dude, there's some streamers that all they do is they just paint Gundams.
That's
like
fire.
they buy those model kits and they just paint them. They make them look pretty. They just assemble Gundams on their stream. And I've thought like, man, that would be some cool shit to get into. Just like streaming, building like little Gundam models. Sounds relaxing.
That
There's a
shit.
dude on
You didn't see like
Twitter.
that big.
It's
You
like
didn't see like the Gundam they did out of Japan. They actually like walked and everything.
I'm not sure. I'm sure some of them are as involved as that. But yeah, they're. Or are you talking about the big ass Gundam they made over there in Japan?
That big ass Gundam that actually took some steps. They're getting ready for war. I think.
That's what I'm saying. That shit. Give me that shit, nigga. I'll start a revolution quick.
Oh, look, this nigga back to this shit.
I mean, with that, you could take on the government.
I'll take
But
it.
no, there's the dude on Twitter. I think his name is Helux or something like that. I don't think he's ever watched Gundam, but if you look at all his walls, he's just bought so many of these models and he's painted them and they look fire. But it's just like he's into the model stuff. He doesn't even know what the fuck this. I think he just recently started watching this. After
They look dope.
he has a
They
whole wall
look
full
dope.
of this
They
shit.
look cool though.
I mean-
That's why.
Who doesn't want to pilot a giant robot one day, right?
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
You ain't lying.
Tony, if you like Gundam, all right, there you gotta watch Gundam 00. It came out like I don't know, like within the last like 8 years or so. So it's like relatively recent. It takes place before like Mobile Suit Gundam and the Gundams that we grew up with. It's fucking incredible.
Okay.
All right, it's
Wait.
so fucking good.
I think you told me that it's these two young kids, right? And they're did you watch the show? I'm assuming you watched it. Isn't it two young kids whose parents died protecting them, and then they found a suit, and no, maybe not. Maybe it's a different one I'm talking about.
No,
now.
he's talking about the. What's that? What's
It might
the
be
movie
those
that came out?
Jaegers.
No. What's the movie that robot movie that came out that came out with a sequel as well?
Real Steel.
Which one?
Well, this nigga said real steel. The movie.
Real Steel with Wolverine.
No, damn, I don't know, Pacific or something like that. I forgot what this shit was.
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim.
Okay, they got an anime like
That's
that
what
on
I
Netflix.
watched. Yeah,
I think that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's
what he's
confusing. So
talking
yeah,
about.
I'll try
I
doing
knew
Gundam
That's
Gundam
what
Wing
he's
double
talking about.
buck, double buck. You
Double
said?
O.
Double Low. It's
Double
fucking good.
buck.
Double O buck,
you got
nigga.
that
Double
from?
buck. Pucho knew what the fuck I was talking about. This is the problem here, Felix. Is that Pucho knows what I'm saying, but then these guys just want to act surprised. Like we're talking old English here. Double
Felix,
buck.
Tony brings up a good point. Actually, after we finish recording, we need to talk about this trade we're doing, where we're trading Tony for one of your guys just permanently.
That's all right, whatever.
I think to drive y'all crazy, I just might throw past in there and I take Tony real quick.
Oh my god.
So they can have two
That's
doughboys?
crazy. That'll be out of control.
That's my
You would have,
podcast.
you would have Dobo saying some outlandish shit, and you have Paz saying that's what she said, because Dobo's gonna alley oop that shit every single time without notice.
Michael Scott shit going on.
Yo, hard too.
But yeah, so I got another topic here, a little heavier than the anime. What happened, Mateo?
Oh, I'm just saying that you said it's heavier. I said, uh-oh.
Yeah, it's a little heavier. It's a more otaku appropriate topic. You know, we're gonna deep
Would
dive
you
a
say
little bit.
it's girthier?
Don't respond.
I don't know.
Is it like throbbing?
It's more
just
tentacle.
how massive it's growing.
It's more tentacle.
Don't do it.
Would you call it cold, hard?
Oh yeah, cold hard steel.
Oh god.
Yo, please leave the game alone. I can't stand it. Yo, I can't even look at that game without thinking of what Doe be saying. Every time I read, I just go. I was like, that's just.
Though he's an asshole. I think we've spoke about this on the pod, but he's obsessed with just the word cock. He wants to include the word cock in anything.
Everything.
And I'm not gonna lie, Felix is super into these games. Trails of Cold Steel.
It's the Trails of series, period. But Cold Steel was one of them, and Doe just fucked that shit up.
Trails of Cold Cock. And then it's like, Trails of Cold, Hard, Throbbing Cock. And then it gets ridiculous. That's sad. He's ruined like one of your favorite games.
It gets bad. It just gets bad. But he has a way to do it with almost any game.
Damn.
I try to cock things up to see if it works or not. And if it works, I'm like, we might have something here.
But cocking it up.
Before Doe cocked this topic up, how do you guys know when someone is having issues or is having a bad day mentally? And what do you think are ways that you could do to help them out or even help yourself out if you're having a bad mental day? Felix, you're the guest, so we'll start off with you again.
It's pretty tough. Honestly, it all depends. It could. I mean, if it's someone that you know, you could tell through signs of how they speak to you or how they act. I mean, but you can't really know off rip. You know, just somebody random is one of those things that I don't know that you hope to open up. I mean, it kind of just like myself. I for a while, I don't know. I used to like laugh at it when I was just, people talk about like mental health, because growing up Hispanic and tough people and around, they just always tell you to man the fuck up. Like if you're feeling sad or you're feeling down, man the fuck up, just move on or whatever the case is. And sometimes shit you just can't move on from right away. You know what I mean? From either the loss of someone that you love or even a heartbreak or whatever the case is. You just don't move on from something or someone that impacted your life in ways that, that was good for you. You know what I mean? Or even that was bad for you, because sometimes a toxic relationship could fuck your mental up big time. And I think as a person that's going through it, the first thing we got to do is admit that we're going through it, and look.
Yeah,
and
I
look,
find that the hardest part.
No, that is one of the hardest parts. But once you do that, I think everything else just falls in line. And it's about finding the right help. You just cannot talk to anyone because, you even though you have close friends, some of them just might not understand, or they're just gonna tell you, "Oh, my nigga, you tripping," or whatever the case is, and then you're not. You feel me? You go talk to a professional, but you realize, nah, you're not tripping. You fucking hurting, or or anything. But when
And
it
one of the
comes
worst
to
feelings is trying to open up to your loved ones and getting the response that like you're weak, or you need to toughen up, or you just need to get over that shit. And
But
it's
that's the
like
thing.
you're struggling with these feelings, and you're trying to tell the people that you love and the people you deal with all the time. And it's like, yeah, not, like you said, you got to talk to the right people, because not everybody's equipped. Even though you love them, they're not equipped to deal with that type of conversation.
I think it's a thing that I'll let you go though real quick. But I think it's a thing that you talk to a professional, and then once you do, you admit to like your loved one, this is the case. You feel me? Because now you have this thing of like, yo, like this is how I've been feeling, and this is the deal, instead of just not knowing what's going on because you haven't talked to the right person, and then trying to talk to a loved one and they don't understand. Because we're gonna expect our loved ones to understand 100% of the time, and that's not true. We can't expect that. Go ahead, Doyle.
Yeah, no. Mental illness it's a big variety. You got a lot of different types of mental illness. But I was gonna add, when you're talking to somebody, and I think it comes from a good place, but it does not help at all, is saying that there's somebody else who has it worse. There's somebody out there who has it much worse than you, and you're like, that doesn't really help me, like how I'm feeling. But it's a lot of the things that people say to you. I think it's just reactionary. I think a majority of people are not equipped to handle somebody that's emotionally has emotional mental illness and stuff like that. That person also has to not wants to get their life in control and stuff like that. And I think like therapy and psychology and making sure you get yourself healthy as well, because like a lot of people, though, like you said, even in the Spanish culture, we're just designed to like suppress it. Oh no, you be all right, you be good, nigga, just take it easy, blah blah blah. We would like, it'll never be like, hey, you might need to see a therapist, or hey, there might be some medicine that can help calm your nerves. It's always like, oh, you be all right, my nigga. And it sucks, because it's when you let mental illness go on for a very long time, the shit attaches to different parts of your psyche. And you won't just be depressed. You'll have an eating disorder or some shit like that. It's like if you let the shit fester, it'll get worse and worse. And you'll have more things attached to it. So I think if you can get the person to a point where they can admit that getting the help, because not like you said, like I said, not everybody's equipped to have these conversations with mentally ill people or people that are depressed. It could feel very frustrating talking to a mentally ill person sometimes. Like even myself, when I wasn't on medicine, I was like, damn, I kind of was a dick. Like I was like, damn, you know what I mean? This shit kind of sucked. But like I said, from the person inside, you gotta want to not put people through that shit. You know what I mean? You're like, damn, I'm causing issues. I don't want to cause these issues anymore. Like, how can I help this situation out?
I think you've talked about this previously. I think in the last episode, honestly, you talked about it. That there's also this like for some people, there's this feeling that you get on medicine and boom, it's fixed. Fucking overnight. You take that pill and boom, you're level. And it's not. It's a learning process. Sometimes the meds are wrong. Sometimes they have to adjust them. Sometimes they have to adjust your levels. And a lot of it is just sticking to that, which is tough, especially when you have like some kind of mental illness that's causing you to not want to pursue this. Like half the battle is just going to the doctor. Like Felix said, half the battle is just recognizing that this is something you want to fix and taking the steps to do so. And that's tough if you're in the midst of like a depressive swing or like a manic swing downwards or whatever. And there's a lot of stigma attached to that shit too, and that's tough to get over too. I mean, especially in like Hispanic, Latino, Mexican culture, like there's a stigma with mental health still. It's, oh, that dude's just weak. He's just sensitive. He's just crying about this because
acting like a bitch.
Yeah.
Shit
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think the young whippersnappers call it toxic masculinity now.
100%. It's that machismo, man.
I think that's one of the parts where we come in, and it says it's like as the people of now, well, we could break that because like when I talk to my son, I let him know, yo, you could talk to me about anything. You know what I mean? I always tell him never hide, never feel bad, never whatever, because the fact is that when you do feel like you can't talk to someone, when you're going through some shit, that's when it starts to build up. And it's just like this dark fucking just aura just rooming you. And it's just you could disappear into that shit and not come out like big time. So it's one of those things where I just tell people, yo, you just really have to not care about what someone's gonna say if you go see a therapist. Like, so what? Like, shit, you need someone to talk to. I'd rather fucking pay someone that's gonna help me out and talk to your bitch ass if that's the case. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, we all talk to someone. There's therapy on its own if you think about it. You know what I mean? But it doesn't mean the people we're talking to are right ones. So people shouldn't feel bad by talking to a therapist because it almost be like shit talking to a friend or even better.
And therapy is also a process. I'm on my third therapist because the first two just didn't really work for me. I
They need more shirts.
Something wasn't
Yeah, Doey got on the fucking call during COVID, during the pandemic.
No.
during
That
the
guy I
lockdown.
still have. No, that's
That's
my
the man?
that's my
guy?
psychiatrist. That's my
So
psychiatrist.
maybe he dominated you in that moment. He put you in your place. And he said, "Hey, man, you better come correct. All right, we're gonna make this shit right." And maybe maybe you needed the energy.
Absolutely. You could have some may call it Yakubian, man.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on one thing. The idea of other people having it worse as some means of I guess making you feel better. Like I guess like it's like well intentioned, I guess. But it just makes you feel worse. Because it's like, all right, now I have all my terrible feelings and I feel guilty for having them now.
Like that shit is just so horrible. Like I know there's someone in the world that's probably doing worse than me, but shit, I'm fucking going through it. Like I'm feeling it. Like what the fuck are you saying? Not the type of shit like if you talking to them face to face, yo, bye. I don't want to fucking talk to you. Yo, it's just like what's going on?
I mean, everyone just wants to know that their feelings are valid. I think that a lot of times people struggle with that. They struggle, like people make them feel like their feelings shouldn't be feeling the way that they do. There's a lot of like toxic relationships that are like that, where it's like, I understand that you say that you feel this way, but you shouldn't because here's all these reasons why. And everyone just wants to know their feelings are valid because they are. Everyone's feelings are valid. No one can tell you how you feel about something. Only you know how you feel about something.
Definitely. You know, and I think times like this now, people so damn stressed out, that's even fucking with them as well. Like people are overworked, they're just stressed. I mean, there's a lot of shit. We're just in tough times, and all you could do for friends is be there. And then also just like I said, I think friends should also be like, hey, listen, I think they should be real about it. But like, look, I don't understand where you're coming from. I think you just might need to see someone. You feel me? Like that's not wrong. You could say that. You know what I mean? You should be real about it. Because trying to help when you can't help, you're just making shit worse.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when someone gets sick, right? You tell them, oh, go take medicine or go to the doctor, go get checked up and all this stuff. Everybody knows we don't even understand half the shit our brain does. Like, and we understand the rest of your body way better. It's like if you don't bat an eye at going to a doctor for any number of things, why don't you think like going to like a mental health doctor is any different? Like, I don't know. It makes so much sense to me, like as I think about it that way over the years. Because back in the day, I mean, I grew up in the culture I grew up in, and I had the same thoughts of therapy is like that's some weak shit. You should just like be tough and man up and all that other bullshit. But that's just not healthy. It's not healthy at all.
Yeah.
Shit, I used to be tough with Doey.
Yeah.
That'd be real tough with him. But I think he needed that though. At the same time,
For sure.
I think when everybody was just like fucking just telling him, "Yo, you just need to fucking relax or just calm down." I just used to tell him, "Yo, just get the fuck up, just get out, go do something." Because I remember he, I mean, listen, we all go through it. And that's what it is. We all get to a place where a place of comfort, and that's usually home. And like he said, it could be food, it could be alcohol, it could be drugs.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then not for nothing, let's be real. Like, as much as we drink and everything, but when you drink in those situations and those feelings and those moods and that mind going crazy, those things do not help. They do not help.
So there's this thing that people say when you're about to do like shrooms or any psychedelic, right? Like you get out of the trip what you put into the trip, right? So like if you go into the trip with like a bad mindset already, that's when you're gonna have a bad trip. I don't know how true this is. This is what I've heard though about psychedelics, and I think it's a similar thing with like alcohol and any other anything else you're doing, weed, whatever. Like if you're in a bad mood, if you're in a low of your life, the drinking the weed, it's not gonna fix what's wrong. It's just gonna fill you, and alcohol is it's a personality enhancer too, right? So if you got a real shitty personality when you start drinking, you're probably gonna be an asshole that night when you're drunk.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way. I've done my
share. I've had my moments.
And just to be clear, the whole like being tough thing, I think a lot of times people like to say like, "Oh, I'm honest," or "I was just tough," and what they really mean to say is often is I'm an asshole. But like and so your examples of you being tough on Doey, I think is not being an asshole. Like because I think what you're trying to say is basically like, look, there's a pattern of behaviors here that get you to the state that you're currently in, and you need to break that pattern in order to kind of like get out of this hole you're in. You know what I'm saying? And so if telling your friend like, it's one thing to be like, yo, you need to man the fuck up and stop acting like a little bitch or stop feeling bad for yourself. And like, that's where you kill it. Like you're just being a fucking asshole. But if you're like, yo, look, this is the situation you're in. Like you need to get the fuck out of the house. Like, let's do that. Like you're attempting a solution. Like this is very helpful. Like it may be very blunt and it may sound tough, and maybe to them you're being an asshole in that moment. But I think the goals are very well, I would say the goals are actually very similar, but
it was in a very big brother-ish way. It was in an endearing way.
Better outcomes. I don't know.
Yeah. No, one path affects better than the other.
Well, I think when it comes to like the big brother effect, like we all we pick somebody mentally. Like even though we don't really say it, but we already have in our lifetime, we pick somebody that is like who you go to when you kind of like are fucking up, because they're like maybe the balance that, or they're like that neutral part that you can be like, for example, like if I fuck up and like if we're all here having an argument, but not an argument where it's aggressive, but like someone says something wrong or whatever, most of the time you can ask Pucho. I'll text him or I'll tell him like, yo, am I bugging? And that's usually like me looking. I find somebody that is like the balance that would tell me like, no, you are bugging. It's not gonna lie. You know what I mean? To like save my feelings. Like, Pucho's gonna just tell you how he is. He's blunt like that. That's how Pucho is.
And 9 times out of the 10, you are bugging.
Nah. Now you're bugging.
Yeah, Felix, you're bugging.
Yeah.
You were bugging. Talk shit about Tony. Okay?
Don't come to my motherfucking podcast. Talk shit to me.
Look, Pucho's defending you.
Hell nah. I almost never defend Tony. If I ever say, yo, Tony, you're not bugging, that's someone else must have been acting crazy. Like something else.
Really? Yeah. If we're all having an argument or not an argument, a discussion, and then you say, yo, you're bugging. Not Caballo, not Tony, not Jose, but that dude's bugging. That's a green light on me to beast at that point. Because then now I know that I am in the clear. So
man, the thing is in this little group in particular, though, is sometimes some people think they're just having a discussion, and one person in that discussion thinks it's a full-on argument, and that leads to so many extra brajas.
It's funny though. The only person in this pod who's just neutral here is Mateo. He's Switzerland pretty much. He's just he's like, hey guys, let's simmer down. Let's have some great conversation.
Why do I sound like that?
Hey guys, let's fucking simmer down, okay, guys? What is that? That sounds like you're putting a Yakub voice, okay?
I'll put a little Yakub in his little Switzerland shit.
Oh shit!
But no, yeah. So like, shots, yeah, facts, bitch.
Butch already did his. I saw him.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up somewhere. I gotta go to a party, and I'm gonna enjoy myself today.
Oh, then let's get lit right now. Let's get you
I didn't even
pregame.
mention this shit. I'm on 2 weeks vacation. All right, baby. I'm off from work. I'm gone.
Wait,
You on
today
vacation
it
again?
starts?
Oh, it started
Friday.
Thursday night. Really? Thursday night.
Damn.
I think it's
You
on
wasn't
vacation
even
again.
online fucking
I
with
could
me.
have
Fuck
sworn
you.
I could have sworn he was just on vacation about a week ago.
I was on vacation in November. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that was about a week ago.
Yeah, you know how it be. End of year, you gotta use up them hours. Them shits don't be
you
rolling
had to.
over.
Oh
You
no,
know?
they ain't giving them shits back.
Hell no. Mateo didn't use his hours, but Mateo said they all roll over. I'm like,
Dude,
well,
I've got like 3 months of PTO to use next year. I don't know what I'm gonna use that on.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you, your shits roll over.
This year they are.
I'm about to say I need to get hired at your job.
That's fine. After this 2 weeks, I only got like 3 weeks of vacation. I mean, everybody's in different predicament. I'm not trying to say like I only got, but I mean, in the past, I've had like over 300 hours of vacation just sitting there, and just because I don't know, for a while I didn't even know how to take a vacation, and now I'm just like, I'd be like, I got a headache. Yeah, I'll take 2 hours off today. Like I just don't give a fuck no more. Like,
Dude, that's a tough thing to learn. I don't know. I feel like that kind of goes in the mental health thing. My dad was so big on he never takes a day off. He'll work sick, and he'll like it doesn't matter. My dad's 100% working, and like now he's not like that anymore. And he was telling me the other day, he was like, man, he's like, I don't know why I never used my PTO before. I don't know why I never took days off. He's like, I felt like shit yesterday. I took the day off. Felt great. I feel great now. I was like, yeah, dude. I was like, use that
that's
time.
underrated. That shit's underrated.
A real company man.
Give yourself some mental health days. Give yourself some physical health days.
My dad's like that.
GameStop, man. I took time off anytime I can. I was like, yo, vacation, nigga, let's go. I'm out. Oh, there's only a 40. I don't care if it's only a 48-hour notice. I'm going on vacation for a week, man. Y'all deal with it. I'm going.
I hate that shit. I hate those type of people.
I hate it. Yo,
at my job, little nigga hit me with a 2-day notice on vacation. I'd be like,
but you know why? Because something pissed his ass off. Someone pissed his ass off, and where he's like, fuck that. I'm going on vacation.
I won't approve that shit.
It's what it be.
That should be happening.
Yo, if it's in a rule book, it's in a rule book. See, niggas gotta know the rule books. If you could put in vacation in the 40-hour notice, and the manager tells you no, I have to be like, yo, HR, my nigga.
No, that's
real
different.
Quick.
If it's in the rules, yeah, that's different. Like my job is a 2-week notice. Niggas be doing that shit same week. I'll be like, nah.
Oh,
like,
see, that's their fault. That's their fault. I mean, they should know better.
But
I mean, if it could be accommodated, it could be accommodated. But at the end of the day, if it can't, and you're telling people no, like, nah, this ain't gonna work out, and they're trying to push it, then that's when you whip out like, yo, look, but these are the rules, all right?
Yeah,
and there's gonna be exceptions. That's gonna happen, but like, let's not fuck around right now. Like you, like I'm doing you solids all the other times that you fucking around. Like you gotta understand, like, you know what I'm saying?
Like these people, they be the people that have no PTO. They have no time, and they be like, oh, I'm putting time in. What time are you putting in? You're negative something. What are we putting in here? We're doing next year's time off? Is that what we're doing?
Sick days in. You
My job lets me go -40 on the PTO. I could take a whole week with no hours. So.
Oh, you're on an accrual system, aren't you?
Yeah, that shit sucks.
It does
I
suck.
am too. I'm negative right now.
Before, because I feel like we're reaching the end here, I did want to touch on one thing, because Mateo brought it up. And I always have mixed feelings about this, about like your feeling validity, so to speak. Like to say that someone's feelings are valid. Like, what does that really mean? Like, I guess just to pick
in my mind, it just means that like if Doey's upset at me and Doey feels like I'm attacking him, it doesn't mean that like I'm actually attacking him, but it means that Doey feeling like he's being attacked is a valid way for him to feel. Like you may need a deep dive into that to be like, okay, why do you feel like you're being attacked? Let's discuss this. Let's dissect this a bit. But I can't tell Doey like, nope, you don't feel like I'm attacking you, because he's gonna be like, what the fuck? Yes, I do. I know, because I feel it, because I'm me.
Yeah, I see. So okay, because that's how I understand it. But I feel like other people use it as a cudgel, like to force people to, I guess,
To see the reality,
to like not dive deep. Like instead of saying like let's say again, since it's the example, Doey feels attacked, right? Let's say that no one's actually attacking him, right? Mm-hmm. There are people that'll be like, no, people are attacking him because he feels attacked. Like, and saying his feelings are valid, don't do blah, blah, blah. And like, that's some shit like I can't get behind. Like,
yeah, because it's a failure in like logic is what it is. Like, just because he feels like he's being attacked and it's valid in feeling that he's being attacked doesn't mean that he's actually being attacked. It just means that him feeling like he's being attacked is genuine. That's how that's his emotion. That's how he feels.
It's all communication based. Is how you say something, tone of voice, the choice of words. You know what I'm saying? That's it. It could be that simple thing. I mean, we do it all the time when we be messaging each other. Kabaya over here be taking shit the other way.
Felix, are you aware of what we do in our little podcast chat? We've got some standing orders in our podcast chat whenever shit gets heated.
It'd be like switch to voice, and everybody be dropping the voice messages.
Text messages be coming out
for the most part.
It's just
like you have to, because some people read things and they take it a different way. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be careful how you text, right? Because you could be playing around, be like, yo, shut the fuck up, and it's all caps, and like, yo, man, why the fuck you screaming at me for? The fuck wrong with you?
All caps.
But you never know if that person was actually just playing around with you until you hear the voice. I'm like, oh shit, you were joking. They
like, I accidentally hit the caps lock key.
You tapped it twice. You tapped it twice, right? That was accidental.
the most dangerous single letter text to send is just a K. Oh. Someone tells you something, you drop that K. It's like, oh well, this dude doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't fucking care at all about what I'm saying.
I just told you my feelings. K, the fuck wrong with you?
That's it. We know what's worse than that.
The response to K is amazing.
The thumbs up kills me. That shit ignites me so quick. Niggas say the thumbs up, bitch. Don't give me no fucking thumbs up, bitch. Fuck.
I hit you with a thumbs up yesterday. You felt some type of way?
No, that was understandable.
Okay.
You explained why you gave that. I'm talking about niggas who don't do any explanations of a thumbs up. Like, we'll be, Doe, you always forgetting to be on time. What the fuck? Thumbs up. Fuck you, Doe boy. That's a fuck you, right? You know what I mean? Like, that's an example.
That's how I feel in our other chat. Everybody just be dropping caps. And I'm like,
yo, I hate that shit.
I'm like, is this? Are you saying they capping? Or are you saying they not capping? Like, it has two meanings.
It's ambiguous. We haven't established the ground rules.
You know what I hate when they want to say facts and they drop a printer? What's going on here, man?
That's a fax machine.
I like that one. I like that one actually. I think it's been kind of like co-opted into being a fax now.
Yeah, but yo, don't leave it a Pucho. Pucho gonna hit you. Hey, that's a printer, man.
I make one mistake.
That shit real quick.
It was Jesus that said that to me.
Yeah, I think Zeus was like, yo, Tony, that's a printer. Yo, I fucking die. I almost passed out laughing at it. Like, it started to hurt me. Like, it was that funny to me.
Oh man, what a dick Zeus is. But let's go ahead and finish it off with this last topic here, boys. New Year's. New Year's resolution. Everybody's got something. Everybody's have an idea to going on next year with or moving better. But for all of us here, when it comes to New Year's resolution, what do we learn from this year's mistakes and stuff like that to find a way to better ourselves for the future, for next year coming in? Like, for example, like me, I need to work on my communication skills. I'm a bit aggressive. I'm a little bit short-tempered sometimes. And that's probably a lot of
phonics yet.
Yeah, and that's a thumbs up for that. And that's a And that's mostly because of a lot of stress going on, and then it's some trigger question or something would just trigger me, and that's something I need to work on as a human, because that's not normal, right? So that's something I feel like going on through next year where I need to better myself at, and and maybe continue to call people and check on the well-being. I used to do that a lot. I used to call people on my way home because that's my only free time of quietness that I have. And, some people took it as, oh, you're just trying to kill time talking to us, bullshit. And I was like, nah, like I'm really, really trying to talk to somebody because, just I want to talk to somebody. This is my free time to think. I don't really like to think by myself. I just want to just talk and see how people's day is going. Maybe they can better my day because I'm having a stressful ass day. Some people here, I just stop calling. But other people are calling, they appreciate it. So, it's just one of those things.
Tony, I will say, if anyone ever calls me up, yourself included, and they started off with, hey, man, I just need to vent, or I just something to let me know that they're just having a bad day, I will fucking never not drop what's going on in my life to answer that call.
You just wouldn't pick up.
I'll pick up eventually.
I'm fucking with you, man. But no, yeah, that's all. Cause I used to call Doughboy and Pucho all the time. Doughboy, and I'm using Doughboy. Doughboy hit me with the, yo, you're just calling us because you're bored. And I'd be like, damn, bro. I'm not really bored. I just really want to hear your voice.
Doughboy don't pick up phones.
Yeah, he does. When he's up. If he's sleeping.
I think because I was one of the people that levied that criticism against you as well.
Yeah.
And I think that the feeling was just all right. Whenever we have an actual opportunities to do things together, we don't. But then on the ride home, you're hitting me up and we're like best friends or whatever. And if the feeling was, okay, so you got a 40-minute drive and you're fucking bored. Now you got time for me? It's like, come on. That was, I think that's what the feeling was. And to Mateo's point, if the feeling, if from your perspective it was, I just need to talk to somebody, I need to get this off my mind, like Mateo, I would have to be in a serious circumstance to deny that call. To be on the phone and be like, yo, I just gotta holler at you later. Like if somebody's telling me I need to get some shit off my chest, I'm gonna hear you out because you don't get that often. You know what I'm saying?
Most of the part I don't do that. Sometimes I did, but most of the part I was just calling to check on y'all, see how y'all doing, see what the plan is for going on later tonight or whatever. Because once I get home, now with a kid, it's I don't even shower when I get home right away. I do everything for him. I feed him, I dress him. I'm not that dirty. I mostly work in the office. But and it's just I do a lot of things throughout the day for him to get him set for bedtime. Then once he goes to bed at 8 o'clock, 8:30, then now I have my free time to chill, which I should just go to bed because I got to get up at 5 a.m. But it's I just need a diffusing situation just to relax. And it's just, so my diffuse is the ride home. But
Pucho, that face you made, I made that face the other day. This is a tangent story. I had a buddy messaged me. They were just complaining about how they've been sick for the past week or so and blah, blah, blah. And they were like, I haven't even showered in 5 days. And I was like, whoa. I was like, you haven't showered in 5 days? And there was a 5-minute gap of them answering. It was one of the longest gaps. I was like, man, this person's just fucking disgusting right now. And they're like, well, I've taken baths, but I haven't taken an actual shower. I've just been taking baths because I'm sick and that's all I can deal with. I was like, okay, that's way better than what I was picturing in my mind.
Nah, if you're telling me, yo, I'm sick, I haven't showered in 5 days, I'm like, well, you fucking found the problem, okay? Go take your dirty ass a shower and you're gonna feel better, okay? Yo, a hot shower when you're feeling sick, that shit could cure you. It just clears you up.
Getting into that shower when you're real fucking sick though is sometimes it's a battle. It's a struggle to get your ass in that shower.
That's what we do with Luca because he's sick. We put him in not in the shower, but we put him in the shower room, the bathroom, shut the door, high heat, straight steam room shit to clear out his, his pulmones, his lungs and shit, and just make him feel good. But I hate that shit because the moment you come out, I want to take off my drawers and everything, and be like, oh, and just let the vast glory of the AC hit my hot ass body. But
that's some Tony is an alien shit right there. The shower room.
Yeah, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm talking about. Bathroom,
the shower room.
What about you guys,
say
man?
The fucking lavatory. And he would fucking know. But yeah, New Year's resolutions. I think, obviously, I've already said it before, so it's not necessarily a New Year's resolution. But I'm trying to get healthier. Like my whole life I've done this thing where I lose weight and then I gain it back, but more. And then I'll lose even more weight than before. I'm always looking my best and my worst, like through as life goes on. It's the fucking worst. Like I'll gain more weight than I've ever gained, and I'll lose more weight than I'll be at a lower weight than I've ever been, since like being a teenager or whatever. And I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm never gonna gain. And I go into these like these mental holes where I just am lazy. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to get out, and it's hard to break out of that. And that's definitely something that I'm definitely going to try to work on. But besides that, because that's not necessarily a New Year's resolution, it's something I've already said I need to work towards. I need to learn to let go. Like that's something that I have a hard time dealing with. Like I always want to work through like all problems. And sometimes that's not the healthiest decision. Sometimes you just got to let certain things go so that when something important comes up, it's the actual time to actually say, okay, this is the hill I'm actually going to die on. When you start dying on every fucking hill, it's exhausting. It exhausts other people and all that type of shit. And it's something I need to work on. I need to just get better at rating the importance of this one interaction and just saying, you know what? I'm gonna let this shit play out how it plays out, and this ain't gonna be my hill today. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely something I need to work towards for sure. Because I think my engineer brain, I'm like, I need to solve every fucking problem, like every single thing that comes my way. Like we could work through it, we could figure it out, but the shit is tiring, But,
that's a tough thing to do, man. I had that struggle for years of just wanting everything could be fixed. I'm in IT. My entire day is problem solving. My entire day it's fixing little things, it's fixing big things. It doesn't matter. My entire day is just fixing shit and breaking shit and then fixing the shit that I break. And it's tough, especially where I really struggled with it was people would vent to me and I would want to solve their problems. I'd want to be like, oh, here's all the things I would do. Here's what my steps would be for that thing that you just vented to me about. They're like, no. I was like, I just wanted a vent. I just needed someone to complain to, basically. They were like, I don't want your solution. Don't meddle in my life.
But all you venters out there, okay, if you really want to vent, okay, effective venting, let the person know you're trying to vent. It's very helpful to the person on the receiving end. Because naturally, if you got a kind person, they're going to want to help you. And sometimes you don't want to be helped. Sometimes you just want to say what you got to say. And if you really want to do that, it'd be nice to say, yo, look, let's not get into anything too deep. I just want to get this shit off my chest. And then boom, do your whole word vomit. And, I think it's more effective is all I'm saying.
I agree.
But yeah, Pooch, for the weight loss thing, all we got to do is just be in the same area and we'll just go back to the gym like we did back in the days and drop that weight.
That was crazy.
What about you?
Me and Tony were dieting, going to 24 Shaq's 24 every night. After work, we were playing basketball. We were doing like 2 spin classes. We were weightlifting. It was like 3 hours at the gym every single day. I don't got that type of time. Even if we lived in the same place, I wouldn't be able to pull that off. But yeah, we were looking great for a while there. You look at those pictures from that time, not only were we looking buff, we were looking kind of thin. Like I look at those shit, I'm like, dude, I look like a twig in these pictures. Like,
yeah, it's sad. Very depressing. He's looking like I'm a fat piece of shit. But what about you and Felix, Doughboy? Like, what do you guys, whoever want to go up next?
I thought you were going to make them answer at the same time.
Nah,
Go ahead.
they're the same, right? Nah.
Go ahead, Felix.
I'm not big on New Year's resolution. I feel like if I got something to do, I got to do it now. That's the way I've been the past couple of years. It's helped me move forward and do things. I call it I'll take a shot with y'all real quick. I have a whiteboard actually right here,
like a vision board kind of thing.
Yeah, and I put, there's this thing, I be going to church on Sundays. There was this thing that I heard, process before the promise. And then I put daily goals, weekly goals, yearly goals, and I put long term goals. And that's something I work on all the time. It's not a thing that I wait for the New Year's to do something or get better. You know, I preach it to my son every day. Yo, I tell him every day, hey, be better than you were yesterday. 100%. You know, and I preach, and I'll say that to anyone. But for the sake of this, if there's something I do want to work, if there's something that I really want to put forward on and work on next year, it's just basically one of my main goals right now is to get my CDL license. Right now I'm working on my permit, and then after that I'm gonna go work on that because, you know what I'm saying, that bring more money in my pocket at the job. It'd be a nice little raise.
It's a respectable thing, man. My dad's a truck driver. I grew up with an entire family of truck drivers, so I got a lot of respect for truck drivers as a
pretty
profession.
Dope. So, but after that, there's really nothing because everything that I want, I'm working on it now. If it leads into next year, it leads into next year. But I've never been a big New Year's resolution person. When I first started doing that, shit never worked out. I'm gonna start doing this next year. Next year comes.
No, I totally agree. Like, I guess another way to interpret this question, because I feel exactly the same way. I think if you tell yourself, I'm going to put off getting on that diet until that time, it's going to make it that much easier for you to just put it off more. And so I totally agree. The way I interpreted the question was just like, what is the next thing in life I'm trying to one up? Like, what am I trying to make better? What's the next goal that I'm trying to attain? You know what I'm saying? And so the CDL thing, that's cool.
That's pretty dope. What I really want to work on next year, 100% way more than I did this year, just because of so much that's happening. And then I feel like now life is getting at a real balanced place for me. It's definitely working 100% more on the podcast than I do now. You know, and because my biggest problem this year was time management. And I worked on that so hard, and it's gotten to a point now that my time management is getting really good. I'm not the typical Hispanic late person anymore. I'm actually on time on things. I wake up early. I do shit. You know what I'm saying? And it feels great because even on my days off, I'll be waking up at like 5:30 in the morning. I'll be the only motherfucker awake in the house, but everything is getting done. So by the time everybody wake up at 8 or 9, I got shit to do and play some video games. I can do what I want. So I just want I want to work on more like on the podcast, and not just recording itself, but editing and a bunch of other things. I like to be the jack of all trades.
Are you guys located in like close enough? Like, are y'all available to like say
Pass
like
is the only one that lives out the state.
I see. He lives in Florida though?
No, he lives out the state.
Out the state. I heard up the state. Yeah.
So funny thing is, birthday's coming up, and I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna do because I'm gonna put it up. But I'll tell you guys off air what I'm gonna do. And I already told Pass I got something real fucking funny on my birthday because I have Rude and All Hell coming by real quick, and I'm gonna do something that's real funny, and Pass is gonna be so mad, and I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love how mad he's gonna be. Such an asshole. But
some would say that you are me because I'm the same way a little bit. I like to do things that's funny, not harmful, but funny. And you know, usually Doughboy is the one at the shit end of that stick.
Me and Pass go back and forth. Me and Pass, I swear, I feel like, and even when we all chat, I feel like if somebody random popped into our chats, I feel like they think we're fighting 24/7, but like we're really not. We're just really joking so bad against each other. But that's just the way we are. We be getting at each other pretty bad. So just what it is.
I personally think that's really healthy. I think you need people that you could just joke with and say almost anything,
and people
don't get offended. I feel like you, Felix, and Tony are people that I'm able to just like say whatever the fuck, and y'all be like, this nigga, he's fucking bugging right now. He's tripping, like you know, he's fucking doing this crazy shit again. And I think that's good, like just to be able to just like, just say whatever crazy shit's on your mind, and not really worry about like anybody, you know, hurting any feelings. Because at the end of the day, like ain't nobody really. At least I'm not trying to do that to nobody. I don't want nobody to feel bad. You know what I'm saying?
It's that, but
and
it's
sometimes
also
I'll make a joke to even my wife. She knows me better than anybody. I'll make a joke to my wife and she gets offended. Like, so there's definitely a balance you got to play with people, you know?
I think we not I think fuck that thing. I know we live in a very fucking sensitive place right now with everything. And a lot of you just can't joke with anyone because it's like it's almost it's like, oh my god, I feel bad, or they feel bad for something that they got nothing to do, or there's always a problem, right? That everyone's always just like on fucking like you're walking on eggshells. But the fact that you have people that you could just say the wildest shit and it just be like the funniest shit, or we don't take it personal, it's just amazing. I mean, not for nothing. If y'all seen the podcast, yo, we joke on past his height so fucking bad. Motherfucker ain't small, by the way. He's smaller than us, but he's not a small guy. He's like average. He's like probably like 5'6", I think, or 5'7" or whatever.
That boy is short.
There you go. You see what I mean? Boom.
The tallest person in this chat is me, and then I guess the shortest guy. These guys are like a 3-way tie for being the shortest. So it's just like, that's wild.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I think Joey's taller than me and Mateo. I think it's me and Mateo that are the shortest one.
Damn, Doughboy's taller than y'all?
Yeah,
I think Joey's like 5'10".
Yeah, Doughboy's got at least Doughboy's got 2 inches on me for sure.
A little taller.
And sometimes I'll be wearing my Vapor Maxes. They don't count.
Yeah, he be spazzing out with them shit.
All right.
When he got his Vapor Maxes on, he likes to stand a little tall and puff his chest out a little bit.
I love how he says sometimes, but every time he come down here, it's fucking Vapor Maxes. So it's like fuck your sometime. It's every time.
Because Florida's Vapor Max season, he gotta look tall. He's a peacock. You know what I'm saying? He gotta look tall. Gotta puff that chest out.
That boy,
he's trying to get these chicks dripping. You know what I'm saying?
The tight shirt.
I didn't realize Doey's over there wearing fucking lifts like Robert Downey Jr.
Basically, they're the male version of a platform sneaker.
Damn.
Tom Cruise shit.
Look at Mateo. Mateo's like, fuck him. He's short. I'm taller now.
Mateo's about to go buy some Vapor Maxes right now. 2 days. He's like, I'm gonna fucking grow too. Fuck that.
Yeah.
So what about you, Doey?
I got a problem, guys. I masturbate way too much.
Oh my god. Before you get too crazy, too serious, let's say you had a tentacle dick. Like there were multiple heads to this. Would you masturbate more or less?
How was that too crazy?
Have to satiate every tentacle every day. It'd have to be every tentacle. And I'd probably have names for all of them.
Damn. Do you have a name for your dick?
No. Not really. It's just a little.
Not really.
He's got a name for his dick.
I feel like he kind of just, I do, but I don't type thing. That's what that was.
He's got an embarrassing name for his dick.
That's what it is, right? What is it? You call him Mr. something?
He calls it Big Papa.
Yeah. No, but in all
what if it's
serious,
like an unassuming, like just a regular name? Like what if like his penis was just named like fucking like Greg?
It's
Paul.
It's Papi Capo.
Hey man, Paul's
Papi Capo,
powerful,
yeah.
man. If it's Paul Muhadeen, all right. My dog, the Lisan Al Gaib.
Yeah.
Okay.
I call my penis the Lisan Al Gaib.
All right, that's powerful. That's a strong dick.
He calls his dick Daniel Day-Lewis because he's great in everything that he's in.
Damn.
Yeah, you must satiate and savor every drop that comes out.
All right, so
matter
you were
what
on.
type of
I
fluid.
masturbate way too much.
Okay,
Yeah, no, that's a
Go
joke.
ahead.
That's a joke.
Okay, I thought you were being serious. I'm glad
could
it's a
always
joke because I went joking, but
I could always masturbate less, but in all seriousness, I think I'm trying to be 2022's Mel Brooks. All right. First of all, showmanship. Got to get more showmanship in this. I want to turn this podcast into something even more entertaining, even more comedic. Not too much drama, but just turn up the theatrics. All right. I want to be 2022's 2022. All right. I want to be Mel Brooks of the future. I've always loved Mel Brooks. In all seriousness, from those two things,
All seriousness, part 2.
I'd like to stop being so sensitive. I take criticism terribly. I don't take criticism very well. I don't like. I run into problems, and I feel like it's not productive. And I just want to be more productive. I want to go into 2022. I constantly try to look at myself and be like, what needs to change? What are the parts of me that need to go? And what are the parts of me that can stay? And I don't want to run into arguments and stuff like that because I get the wrong feeling and stuff like that. And like I said, even this year, we've found ways to help our arguments and stuff like that by going the voice and stuff like that. So we found ways, and I think we've had breakthroughs with each other, like all of us. I think we've all had little breakthroughs. So I just hope I could keep doing that in 2022 and just become a better version of myself from last year. Honestly, I really, really would like to continue to work on the parts of me that need to be worked on, and I need to continue to humble myself and not feel like I'm always right and righteous in what I'm saying, because sometimes I have that issue too. Like, you just feel like you have a reason, and you just like gotta pump the brakes a little bit.
For sure, what you're saying. Not necessarily about you, but just in general, it's one of the hardest things to do is to be able to take criticism well. Like, when people criticize me, even my initial feelings is, who the fuck are you to criticize me? And that's arrogance. Like, and so humbling yourself is very important in achieving, like, allowing people to criticize you. And sometimes I let that out. Like, sometimes I tell people, like, yo, you fucked up on X, Y, Z. Where the fuck do you get off telling me to go fix something? You know what I'm saying? And that's not only is that not productive, it's not healthy at all. Like now you're attacking somebody because you feel attacked, and it's like, okay, like, then we all learn 2 negatives don't make a right. And also, a criticism ain't even like a negative. It's like, sometimes we're trying to attain something positive. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I commend your efforts, though, because it's something I think I got to work on myself. So
it's definitely a journey. It won't be easy, but it'll be good. It'll be good for you. It'll be good to build that character. To build that personality, to be able to take something and to be humble with it. But the only thing is, don't quit just because you take it wrong here and there, because it is a journey. You're probably going to fucking take it really bad a couple times or a whole lot of times. But if you could notice that and accept that, then you good. You know what I'm saying? That's the part right there is not quitting. That's all it is. I say all it is like it's nothing, but but that's the only thing of it there is the not quitting part. Because you're going to get criticized a lot, regardless, for anyone. And then you just have to learn how to just, some people don't even matter. They can criticize you. Some people, they don't really matter. But you don't have to react to it like how Putra react to it. Like, motherfucker, XYZ, bitch. Like you don't have to go
exactly. And those are those moments, like I said, you need to be able to let go.
Yeah.
You need to be able to go, not worth my energy. Like, that's going to put me in a bad place. You got to keep it moving.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a balance, right? Because I know that there's some people that they believe that the way to bring prosperity into your life is to only focus on the positive things, right? Like, the negative things aren't worth your mental energy, right? Like, you just drop those things off. But I don't know if I fully agree with that. I think you have to look at the negative. I think you have to it's like Alfred said, right? Why do we fall down, Master Bruce? So we can get back up again, right? Yeah. And you get back up by looking up, right? You get out of that hole by looking up, but you got to look down, otherwise you fall into that hole again. You gotta. It's a duality. You gotta keep both in mind.
You was about to use the word where I was about. Yeah, life it has a lot of aspects in it that are have like different dualities. You can't know one thing without being in one side, and you can't know about other things without being on the other side. You kind of have to. I know that sounds weird, because it's like, oh, so I should be a bad person? Not necessarily, but there are things that you learn by being a bad person. You know what I mean? You'll learn some
100%.
stuff. It just is what it is. You noticed some people are too nice. They get taken advantage of, so they learn not to be too nice. It's like you just you gotta go through both sides and to understand how to effectively go through life.
Yeah, there's lessons in the darkness always.
Always.
I don't
Also-
think there's- I don't
I
think there's
tend
anything
to, I tend
wrong.
to always focus on the negative too. Just speaking to Mateo's thing. In my mind, if the positive is already good, why waste time thinking about it? Like it's already good. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to fix my problems. Like I got X, Y, Z things going on, and that's that's where my focus needs to be. And sometimes I don't stop to just smell the flowers. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. To that, I would say you have to celebrate your wins too. You have to celebrate your victories,
Yes.
even if they're small victories. You got to celebrate.
Sometimes some would say that when Caballo celebrates victories, people shit on it. I have little victory.
Wow, there's a lot of positive self-reflecting here. I don't think we need your smug piece of shit attitude. Okay.
Damn. point out to that. Damn. Oh, now we're taking shots to that.
He hit you with the shut up.
Nah, you see, that's what I'm saying. I'm winning right now because everybody's laughing, so it's kind of lightens the
Yeah,
mood.
come on, it's all love. You think I mean, I do think you're smug, but piece of shit, that's harsh. It's hyperbole. It's meant to be funny.
Some people would say that if you cover that piece of shit in enough hand sanitizer, it's not a piece of shit anymore.
Someone said that last night.
Felix,
Some would
very
say.
quickly, if I pissed on my hand and then covered it in hand sanitizer, dipped it into a bowl of hand sanitizer, and then said, "Here, shake my hand," would you shake my hand?
Nah.
Thank you. And that's just piss. That's not what we were talking about. Tony said he would grab a hand that has been in a bucket of shit.
I did. So you're adding
in a
extra.
bucket of
Wow.
into a bucket of shit, and then into a bucket of liquid sanitizer, and then here, shake my hand.
There was no buckets. I said if someone shat on their hand, or got shit on their hands, and then they just wiped it off with hand sanitizer. Ooh. They just wiped it off with hand sanitizer.
Pobrecito. That's
yo.
what those are.
Yo, those are like the days I miss, right? Because I love like the late reactions, right? They just got hit and he looked and he just wanted to see what daddy's gonna do. Oh, daddy didn't give me the attention right away. Let me do the fake cry. Look how quick he got quiet when Tony.
That shit said bonk. Bonk.
But yeah, it was just a handful of poop, and then you wash it off with hand sanitizer, no soap or water. I would shake that hand. That's clean.
Sorry, when you say wash it off, though, we're talking about you're vigorously scrubbing the shit off and like endless amounts of hand sanitizer?
Just substitute soap and water for the hand sanitizer. That's what you're
Okay,
doing.
hold on.
No.
This is very confusing of how we going about this, right? Because what Doey said is that his version was piss on hand, with the hand pissed, dip it in, came back out, shake hand. I'm telling you, fuck you, right?
That was the follow-up question than last night.
You're saying someone just took like a nice poop right there, right? Like a big mohon, just right on your hand, right? And you went like this. You just like let it fall. You took some hand sanitizer and you kept on scrubbing it onto the hand sanitizer. Yeah, I'm not shaking your hand either, you piece of shit. What's wrong with you, man?
Just love me. Some people.
That's a lot of shit. You still scrubbing shit in your hands. What's going on?
Yeah, that shit is getting into the fucking fingerprints.
At least the water would just like rinse the shit out. You know what I'm saying?
But that's not sanitizing it. It's still a dirty hand.
But the water, but then you take the soap afterwards. Once the water has rinsed the shit and you're good to go. You literally still taking hand sanitizer and you rubbing the shit away.
You might be able to commit a crime and leave no prints behind. You just got all your grooves filled in with shit. You just got a shit hand.
Johnson, I don't know what happened here. Somebody defecated all over the scene.
There's DNA here. I don't know whose DNA. It looks and smells like shit.
Apparently, he grabbed someone else's shit and spread it all over this room.
That's funny.
But Tony, what about your New Year resolution?
I already said it. I was the first one.
He's gonna work on this.
Yeah.
I'm the one that's missing.
Damn, Mateo's missing. I knew somebody was missing.
Yeah.
Go for it, Matteo.
Well, I think it's time to announce that we're counting down to New Year's Eve live on this episode. 199. Oh, wait, no.
98.
No, consistency. I think consistency is key in all things.
I like that.
And I'm just trying to maintain my work. I also don't really believe in New Year's resolutions. I think they're bullshit. I think that you shouldn't wait till the end of the year to try to better yourself. You should always be bettering yourself, right? It's a journey.
It's the name of our pod.
One Up Podcast.
You got to one up yourself. But yeah, consistency. It's tough. My schedule is I've got way more limited free time than I used to have in my life. We run a pretty, for our size, for our team, we run a pretty tight production schedule, and it's exhausting sometimes.
Yes.
There's a lot of after hours love that goes into bringing you our stupid ass content. But I love it. I enjoy it. It's just being consistent. It's making sure I keep a schedule. I've found what works for me, but sometimes it moves a little bit, and then I have to panic and restructure my day. And if I could just stay consistent, it'd be a lot easier. So just consistency, man.
That's a fact.
I don't think we.
I feel like everybody's New Year's resolution I resonate with. I got problems. I need to fix my life. All right. Because I feel exactly.
I think we all have like some problems in life, right? And I'm not gonna say like it's major. Some things are small, some things are big, but we all have something that we all want to fix. Like consistency is a very good part, right? Which is to me was the time management that I worked on this year. It helped me to consistently be able to do things more and more instead of just sleeping or whatever the case is. But you know, I believe we all have something, but we all pick that one thing that we know that's major, and if you work on that major thing throughout the year, everything else I think comes along with it, and you'll fix it. And then so we all could resonate to the same things, but we all have our major things that we want to fix on. So it's just one of those things, you know, that like it will work out as long as you put the effort, and it also works out if your friend reminds you, you know. You know what I'm saying? But like, hey, I'm gonna tell you, man, you ain't being consistent with the shit you was talking about yesterday, man. You said you was gonna go food shopping. Why you ain't going food shopping again, man? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always something we could work on. Hey,
were you listening into our conversation last night? This was almost our exact conversation. It was about people saying they were gonna do things and then not.
That's what it is. It's like Tony. I'm gonna hold Tony to his words. The minute Tony spaz out, hey nigga, you say you gonna calm down, relax. I'm gonna hit him with it. Look,
that's
he's
false,
already.
I would never agree for someone telling me to calm down.
Look, he already getting mad. You see that?
And I also would agree to say that I would never calm down if I'm in the right.
No, but see, not about that.
No,
Still
joking,
about your
joking.
response. No, but you know, but we all gotta hold each other accountable as well. I think that's what friends are there for.
That's a fact.
You know, and if that's the case, I think everyone here and everyone listening will be able to complete their New Year's resolution.
I think I've got a switch that I'm gonna throw on y'all. Maybe it's a Twitch. I don't know which one it is. I'm still not clear on the definitions.
You're doing a Twitch right now.
But I got a quick question. We're gonna go down the line and do. Doey, what's the best thing that happened to you this year?
This podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. By far, this podcast has been the best thing that happened to me this year. It's made me a more productive person. I feel like I have like meaning. It's given me a lot of meaning and a lot of like life. It's not easy, and I think we should all pat ourselves on the back some more, because this is something that I do. Like your Photoshop work, your writing skills, something I didn't really know that would bloom from this. Like Pucho's editing skills. Like this guy's putting in work, the Halloween stuff. Like it's just the Mortal Kombat, the little dive in the voice that you put. Like these are things that I'm like checking. I'm like, all right, this is like some new shit he's doing, and I love it. Even Tony has gotten way better at speaking, introducing himself, hosting, asking questions, and I think we all should really like acknowledge that.
What about you, Felix?
Best thing that's happened to me this year. My change in attitude.
Ooh.
I was a very negative motherfucker. Like, like if shit didn't go my way, if I don't know, and every little thing in the world stressed me, and I approached life very wrong. In the beginning of the year, with the help, with the help of my girlfriend and just the switching of the jobs, like doing that, putting in moves to make a better living for myself. I've noticed the change of attitude, and I noticed my change of approach to everything in life, and it's worked really, really well for me. I mean, like I said it earlier, especially this year compared to like the past 5 to 6 years, this year's been amazing, and I'm happy for it, and it's because of a lot of the changes that I made, and that's great, and I want to continue that, and I want to pass that on to everyone as well.
I like that. Pucho?
My daughter's growth. She's just becoming her own little human, and it's just beautiful to watch. She's now a fireball of emotions that I could barely deal with. It stresses me the fuck out.
She's funny, dude. She is so funny. She's gonna be funny as hell when she grows up. So like, she's already funny now, but she's gonna get funnier. She's witty. She's quick.
It's just the faces she makes, the things that she says, and my favorite is just like she just has things that she wants now, and like I feel like our desires are what kind of define us. Like the things that we strive for, the things that we want to attain. So I think it's a beautiful thing, like that she's growing and she now is beginning to, maybe she always had desires, but she's able to vocalize them differently. Like she was not like this is like the day before yesterday, she was sick. Like she had like a bad cough, and my wife was trying to psych her up into eating soup, into eating like drinking a soup. So she's driving home and she's telling my daughter, yo, when we get home, how about we're going to have a soup? She's like, no, thank you. I want salami. You're like, what the fuck?
That video was so good.
Like, what the fuck? She's like, yeah, but also soup. No, salami. And it's just like, she knows she don't want that other shit. She wants a piece of salami when she gets home.
That little girl makes some pucho faces whenever she's not having it.
Whoa.
For better or for worse. I love that little girl. And that's for sure. It's the best. Nothing comes close. Well.
Tony, I can guess what yours is, but what is yours, Tony? Best thing that happened to you this year?
My PS5, man. That shit. Nah,
you almost
man.
platinum Returnal? Fire. That's the
You almost platinum it?
I'm just talking shit.
Nah, I'm fucking with you. I'm going along with the joke. But no, my son, man. This dude is my headache, my love, my heart. Salute, yeah. Salute to that.
Salute.
He's everything, bro. He's everything, though. He's my pain in my butt, the beat in my heart, the feeling in my skin. Yeah, man. Everything.
It's poetic.
Little caballo for you, dog.
I thought he was quoting a song for a second there.
Nah, that's my quote. Don't try to steal it, boys. That's mine. It's mine. But no, yeah, man. It's the greatest thing watching him grow up. Like, Pucho's 2 years ahead of me. So it's like, 2 years. And I can't wait to see. I can see his emotions, right? He's all his mother. You guys know that. He's physical appearance, that's his mother in every way, shape, and form. And I'm kind of scared, but he has his emotions is me. He doesn't have a temper, but he's always happy. And he plots. He be plotting. And I don't like his plotting, but he be plotting on me. But I love him, man. Like, this is something that is mine, I guess, till the day I die. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, I wish the best for him. I want everything for him.
I hadn't realized how dark his hair had gotten. I still remember you sending us pictures and being like, look at his perfect golden blonde hair.
That golden brown.
Just like the sun.
Nah, it's just because it's dark in here right now, just the lights. But he goes outside, that shit becomes blonde quick. Yeah, it's quick. But yeah, man, that's what I'm grateful for and stuff.
Being a parent, being a dad is it's an amazing feeling. It's weird, right? Because we don't carry the kids for 9 months.
Looks like you're choking him, man.
We don't carry the kids for 9 months, right? And then like I remember they say, the mothers fall in love because it's in them, and we fall in love when it comes out, whatever the case is. But for me, going through the 9-month period, going through the eating, coming home, and listening to putting my ears into the belly or watching like the belly move, because whatever knows his hands, his head, or his feet is just is out there. It's crazy. And then like I think about that, and then I think about Migs now at 8 years old, and the transformation is mind blowing. Like it just throws me off. Like I went from like Google Gaga, here's my shirt, go to sleep, please don't wake up in the middle of the night, to like having full blown conversations with my son about some anime shows. Like that shit is just mind blowing. And it's crazy because we sit here and we see the growth, and it just like the older they get, now it's like, yo, the more I got to talk to you about what's going on in the streets now. I got to make sure when you go to school, in the middle school, yo, what you're paying attention to. When he goes to high school, I'm going to have to hit him with the, yo, my mans, here's the condoms or the sex talks and, all the other shit. And just like,
if you want some resources, I hear this One Up podcast did an episode talking about some stuff related to that. They've done a few of them.
Just like a couple, maybe 2 episodes ago, we got into the condoms.
But not even that.
As a young whippersnapper that some would say an early bloomer, okay, I suggest you start in middle school. I know when to start. I was, I was reckless. I'm not even gonna get into those stories, but but I don't even have to wait for him to deal with that, because Joanna's son is about to go into high school. Damn. I gotta have that conversation with him. And that, like, so it's already like I always just, when I was being a single dad, I always just picture just myself as like, I can't wait till Miguel gets there. Nah, I could wait, because now I already got this other kid. I gotta talk to him and be like, yo, my man, let me talk to you real quick about some shit. But like, them shorties is crazy. They evil. Chill, my nigga. Just go to school, get some money. You'll get some later. Trust me. Don't worry about it. But and also. But it's there, like, but it's died that before it was only just Miguel that I had to worry about for a kid. Now I don't got to, now it's more than just Miguel. And it's crazy to think that like, oh shit, I'm going to deal with a teenager way earlier than I ever thought in my life I'm going to deal with a teenager. And then Miguel's going to come around and I got to deal with that nigga as a teenager. But it's dope. The process is still cool. Everything about that is cool. And and it's amazing to see you two guys with kids, and then from where we came from and everything. Now I can't wait for you two guys to have kids.
One day, hopefully, one day,
whenever that happens.
Mateo's a real piece of shit, because he's all like, oh, maybe I won't have kids. I don't really want kids. But he'd be a fucking fantastic dad. You're a fucking waste of human whatever the fuck, okay? Like, you have all the goods, and you're just it's like being Michael Jordan and just refusing to play basketball. It's like, what's wrong with you, man?
I know he'd be a good dad, too.
But you know what?
I'm a good uncle is what I am.
But you know what? I can't wait till he find that one woman that just fucking knocks his shit off, and he just be like, yo, he's going to hit us up, like, hey, man, I'm going to get her pregnant. I'm keeping this one. I'm keeping this one.
It can happen.
Doey out here, yo. Whenever Doey ready to actually, settle down, he'll get settled down. Doey just be playing. He just be bullshit.
Damn, stop playing your games. All right.
All right, boys.
She's out there somewhere. All right.
Oh, before the rap.
Mateo, what's the best thing that happened to you this year?
Oh, facts.
It's honestly, it's reconnecting with y'all, man. We didn't have a falling out in the sense that like we had an argument and I stopped fucking with y'all or anything. Just life gets busy, right? And there was a solid like 4 or 5 years there where it was like we'd talk, but it wasn't like we'd talk like we do now. So yeah, the podcast is like the byproduct of that, the catalyst for that, I guess. But reconnecting with y'all, it's good to have y'all back in my life. It was missed, and I didn't realize how much it was missed until it came back. Biggest accomplishment of the year is that Halloween.
I'm glad to have been a part of the best thing that ever happened.
I'm about to shed a tear right now. Truthfully, I'm
that
drinking.
Halloween
I get
podcast
emotional.
though, that's a runner up because I didn't think that Halloween podcast was going to come together as well as it did, and I think the people slept on that episode. But that Halloween podcast is one of my favorite ones that we recorded this year.
Yes,
it was fun.
Yeah, I've got to admit that one holds a very special place in my heart.
Yeah, historically, I would say I hate horror movies, and due to that episode, maybe I give horror movies a bad reputation. Okay, maybe they're a little better, but they're really just shit tier in general.
like
There's just a
horror
lot of bad horror movies.
There's so much bad horror movies.
I mean, like it's like rom-coms, and then like horror's like I don't know. It's I don't know.
There's this thing with horror movies, like with like horror fans, where like you can give them the bare minimum, like the shittiest movie, and they'll still eat that shit up. Their entry fee is so low compared to like other movie. It's like Marvel fans. I mean, you could give us a total shit Marvel product, and people are still gonna go and dump money on that fucking movie.
One thing is when Marvel fans, it's not the fact that they're gonna go dump money in the movie because we're not gonna know it's horrible. Marvel fans are very realistic. If the movie sucks, they got no problem shitting on that shit real quick at all. And they have. Don't get me. All the Iron Mans were not great. Let's be real. All the Avenger movies were not great. Like it's just
You know, the first 2 Avengers movies are all right, but I liked once they got away from Joss Whedon because I didn't actually like what Joss Whedon was doing to the scripts. I like the later Captain America where he's a little bit, I don't know, he almost like wrote him as like this like right-wing conservative dude that was out of time originally. Mm-hmm. Like I remember the scene where he's jumping out of the plane to go and get Thor, and they're like, "Are you sure? He's basically a god." He's like, "There's only one god, ma'am, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't wear a cape or something like that."
But he was sort of like that in the beginning in the comic books as well. He was like very, because those were the times and his times, and that was okay. But it was whatever. I ain't gonna lie. I love when fucking Iron Man, Captain America, and Winter Soldier were fighting. That was a fucking scene right there. Like, I don't think people give that shit enough props. Iron Man was whooping ass. That's the first time you saw Iron Man. I was like, yo, that motherfucker's badass. Every other time, he was just a motherfucker that was just drinking, in my opinion.
See, I'm Team Captain America. I think Cap holds back in almost every fight that he's been in. I think the only time he's ever really let go was fighting against Thanos and his forces.
Yeah, he definitely took that fucking hammer.
My whole thing with Marvel, I just want more characters to die. All right, I feel like y'all way too powerful.
Have you seen What If? On the Disney
I watched a few episodes. They're
No,
cool.
watch all of it because it builds up. The first couple of episodes is like a way to get you in, but all the other episodes, it gets really fucking good, and it all comes together.
There's a multiverse event at the end.
Yes, big time.
I'll finish.
Big time.
Well, I think that was a hell of a pod this episode, boys. I want to thank Felix for coming through and blessing us with your presence and a little bit of your podcast. For all the fans out there, don't forget to check his podcast out at Not Your Average Otaku podcast. He's on Facebook and IG. Otaku, sorry.
We'll drop his Twitter down, like we drop our Twitters down. We're dropping all those socials. We're dropping everything.
Hey, before we go, want to take a shot with your fellas?
Damn. Honestly, I wanted to take a shot multiple times. Okay.
I know. That's why I said
when you're talking about going through teenager shit already, I'm like, yo, shout out to all the fucking stepdads in the world. They're doing God's work. Okay.
Yeah,
Facts.
Listen. Let me tell you something. I'm very proud to be a stepdad to that child, and I'm very proud to be a dad to my child. All right, because not for nothing, all the kids need some real guidance and leaders out here. So
You get very attached. The kids
Oh,
become
Now
a part of
hey,
you.
listen, that's the homie. That's that's the homie. I take care. I treat him like I treat Miguel. I got no. This is what it is. You feel me? There's no like special thing. Oh, he's Miguel's blood. Nah. Them niggas get treated the same. I talk to Miguel like I talk to him. I don't give a fuck.
Yo, God bless you for that, because
You're a
there's a
good
lot
man.
of people, that don't believe that.
Yeah, and that's the reason why they shouldn't be around kids. But listen, I want to say cheers. Thank you for having me on.
Cheers.
All right?
Absolutely, dude.
And then to a great year this year and to a great year next year.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy New Year's.
And don't
all you
forget,
One Up
people.
podcast fans out there.
Facts. And always go one up yourself.
This is to all the teachers who told me I never amount to nothing.
Yo, rappers
all right, get the fuck
love
out of here. I love
saying
you guys.
that shit.
Oh, dude, Juicy is the best fucking Biggie song, man.
Yeah.